Boys and girls, today is not the day. I have got motor problems. This is wide open right here. This is what happens when you don't use a boat enough. You get the shit. So anyway, going back. Sand bass are on top now, out by the dam. And guys, if my boat was running right, which it is not, I'm out here trying to get it to run, I'd be headed there right now. You can hear these guys taking off. It's pretty obnoxious. This is day 3 of the boat breakdown. It gets harder from here. Replace the battery. That's all I get. So now it gets more complicated. Boat's got to go home. Got to work on it in the driveway where I have all my tools. People, got any ideas? All right, guys, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, as I've always been on the Texas Flycaster YouTube channel. And I am having to deal with a lot of mechanical gremlins. The last thing anybody ever wants to see is the cowling off their outboard motor, unless it's for routine maintenance. You've seen the other videos I did on, or a video I did on replacing the impeller, and that was way past due. And I'm a new motor owner, you know, and I let it go too far, and I didn't know that that was just one of my gremlins. That wasn't one I expected. So let me go through them for you, and you'll understand, I hope, and have a little tolerance and patience as I run through all the mechanical gremlins that are running around in my head right now. I have sitting right over here, a 1970 Airstream Safari. You can learn about that on my other YouTube channel. Could use some momentum there. Loco Airstreamer. Yeah, Loco is right. 20 years I've had that trailer and it's still not ready to go. Lots of things got in the way of that, honestly. Lots and lots of things. And so, you know, we're not checking my pulse. I'm just fine. I'm not like these other YouTubers who are like checking on themselves and having these moral dilemmas and direction changes and all that. Fly fishing, man, that's it. You know, that's the bomb. But my forward momentum is completely gone right now. Working my way through this. I've gotten to the cowling on the fuel line. Now I'm going internal, under the hood. I hate that. I hate that. Because I was good to there. Now it gets to be experimental. As you'll see. Now I'll throw in some video here somewhere, somehow. Not trying to drag this out, but anyway, you guys who have, even YouTube has asked me for more long videos, so that's the recommendation anyway. That's one thing. This was unexpected. My 300,000 mile Toyota 4Runner, which was the base of operations for going to the LBJ grasslands, shaking around like a hooker on meth. It is, the suspension is gone. So, in the meantime, while we're talking about my mechanical gremlins, these are the kind of pieces I'm going to have to install myself on. This is just the control arm. That's just a small piece. On the front end of my 2005 Toyota 4Runner. And that 4Runner is not showing any signs of letting up, except for the fact that it won't stick to the road anymore. Everything we do here in North Texas, especially Denton, Texas, involves getting on the road. It's only 11 miles to Ray Roberts from here. I can get in the water in 20 minutes when the boat's working. I can get to the grasslands in 40 minutes when the car's running. I can go park this Airstream down by the river somewhere, lake somewhere, when it's up and running. So I've given a goal to myself. You guys can look at it, not here. I'm not going to blend anything because I got in big trouble for doing that on YouTube. Really got penalized for that. But you can look at what's going on with Airstream, with the Loco Airstreamer, like I said, and I try to keep that video side going too, and helpful for the people who are new to the Airstream life and all that. But let me tell you guys, everything was fine. I'm fine, as far as I know, until this guy. And then that just kind of blew my fuse. I can drive 11 miles in a shaky 4Runner up there, get in the water, 11 miles back, that's okay. But when you put the boat in the water and it does this, whoop, look at the video. That crushes all forward momentum for me. I can't load the kayak on the car because the car's not going anywhere really, any distance that I need to go. And so we're kind of stuck at the end of June of 2026 with a situation where I've got to take my mechanical Gremlins and squash them one at a time. Probably the most difficult one comes first. I'm very well versed in auto mechanics. Grew up in an auto parts store in South Texas, Rio Grande Valley, Weslaco, Texas. As a kid, working on cars, turning cranks, grinding valve seats, and doing stuff like that as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old. So I know a little bit about that. You know, I lost some of that when I got cancer because it kind of fuzzed my brain with chemo and radiation. Head cancer is a little different from other cancers in that you're taking shots to the head, and then the chemo is focused on the head too. So it was a blur for a little while, a couple of years mechanically, and that let some things slide, you know. And this thing has slid 20 years. This Airstream back over here, it is a labor of love, and it has been rebuilt from the ground up, literally from the ground up. I replaced the frame underneath it myself, new axle, everything new. Up until now, we're building back on the inside, and that's when things get more complicated. I've got gas lines, you know, that's the stuff that goes boom. I've got gas lines to put in. You'll see that on the other channel, and a lot of systems go into an Airstream, just like basically everything that goes into a house goes into an Airstream. And that means that for me, I have to learn some things, you know. Plumbing, I don't know a damn thing about plumbing, but this place has to be plumbed out. This home away from home has to be plumbed out with a shower, a sink, 2 sinks, and a commode. How that happens, I do not know. I've got my tanks and all this, but my freshwater tank is gone. I need a new one of those. I know you tune in here for fly fishing. That's what I'm struggling towards right now at the end of June, trying to bring you guys something that you can grab onto, sit back and watch more than 10 minutes. You know, if you like and subscribe, right now you're going to get notified about these shorts that I'm putting out basically every week now about fishing conditions nearby. Okay, you'll notice I don't go far. I haven't gone far. And number 2 is one thing that's really kind of got me jacked, very happy, is the Texas fishing reports, Texas angler report. You know, it's for fishermen and fly fishermen. I try to get it out on Sunday or Monday. It's generated, the text is generated by Chet, my co-writer, my writer in residence at texasflycaster.com. And Chet has done a great job of understanding what I need for a report to you guys about fishing in Texas. And it's not lake by lake, it's not, you know, even, it's barely region by region, but it is a report that is generated in podcast form. So you can listen to that on your way to work on Monday morning and know what the week's going to be like, on your way to your vacation, on your way anywhere. You can listen to those. I keep them, I've done a pretty good job of keeping those under 10 minutes. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do that if I actually get out and go fish, but for now they're under 10 minutes. And it's fast and furious, and it's interspersed. The video on there is all stock footage of mine from past adventures and things like that. You can watch it. Maybe there'll be something interlaced new in there. I just kind of mix it up. It's all about the audio on the podcast there, so keep that in mind. I don't mean to ramble on, guys. I'm just telling you that my momentum is slowed down to 0 forward momentum for the rest of the month of June, and making long videos. I may be recording stuff to make into a long video later. You know, there's some footage here. I've been trying to. It's so depressing right here, but I've been trying to document, you know, the failures that I'm having with diagnosing and repairing this outboard motor. So I'll just tell you where we are now. You probably don't care, but we've gotten to the internal of the fuel line now, and I'm replacing all the fuel lines inside the cowling starting today. Apparently, all the external fuel lines from the tank to the cowling had degraded, which I knew they would degrade. I just didn't know it would be so. I think it's quickly. 10 years I've had this boat, and it passed by in the blink of an eye. You older guys will know and understand what I'm talking about when I say in the blink of an eye. 10 years went by. I mean, it seemed like yesterday I was picking this boat up in Cocoa, Florida, and now, I mean, it's showing some signs, you know. So I gotta get with the program. I'm not gonna wait 10 years again and be 75 years old when I deal with fuel lines again. It's gonna be sooner rather than later, and more ethanol-free gas than that crazy ethanol gas. I think a big part of what shook everything loose is actually the switch to the summer blend, and it's basically E15, you know. They up the alcohol content in the summer in Texas. So anyway, that's what's going on. Feel free to like and subscribe. Be sure you check out my fly line mats. I've got a store that's supposed to be showing up at the bottom of my videos. I don't think this motor will be upset by that. I actually made one for myself. This one's in my color boat. The hull is this color. It's kind of dirty. It's been sitting out. These guys are still doing well across the country, into Canada, into South America, Central America, Mexico, the Bahamas, Belize. That's what keeps the motor running. I need to up some momentum on those sails on my fly line mat. And if you find one that's better, show it to me. I'd love to see it. That's 36 inches long, 6 inches wide. Got the measuring hash marks on it with delineations every 10 inches. Hey guys, I'm just doing the best I can, trying to bring you guys some content that has some meaning to it. Like and subscribe for those other shorts and for the podcasts that are going on now. Just switch over to the Loco Airstreamer if you'd like to. I'll put a link down in the description too on Loco Airstreamer. And the Wholistic Fly Fisher is still going on. You can tell I need some holistic healing right now, can't you? Thanks for watching, guys. And visit the website, texasflycaster.com, for the written word, because there's a lot of words written there, almost 20 years worth. We'll see you next time, hopefully sooner rather than later. Next shot I wish would be this motor up and running like a banshee. We're going to find out. We're probably going to get on the water today just to see if any of this is taking hold. Man, wearing me down.